National Anti-Drugs Agency has been established in 2004, so the purpose of the agency is for the prevention, detection, apprehension, enforcement, investigation and prosecution of offenders involving dangerous drug offences, treatment and rehabilitation of drug dependence, special preventive detention of persons associated with any activity relating to or involving the trafficking in dangerous drugs, forfeiture of property connected with any activity related to dangerous drugs offences and the collection of security intelligence relating to dangerous drugs activity. Next, the development of drug policies in Malaysia has historically relied on harsh punitive measures, including widespread arrest and incarceration of users, and the continuing use of the death penalty for trafficking offences. However, since 2005, the introduction of harm reduction services as well as the more recent compulsory drug treatment centres into voluntary needs-based services for people who use drugs indicates that Malaysia's response to drug-related issues has become increasingly health-focused.
Managing the issue, planning. Planning is the function of setting objectives and determining a course of action for achieving those objectives. Planning requires that managers be aware of environmental conditions facing their organization and forecast future conditions. Besides that, planning consisting of several steps and identify alternative course of action for achieving objectives. Importance and type of planning. Malaysia has started the implementation of the harm reduction program by introducing a pharmacotherapy approach in drug treatment at the whole country. The government programs in harm reduction includes methadone treatment. Prescription drugs such as methadone or buprenorphine are used to reduce inhibiting the desire of opiates that can be found on the streets like heroin. This alternative treatment program has been used in developed countries and has been approved because this treatment does not cause drug withdrawal syndrome such as drastic action to separate the addict from the drug they use. Next, the government also provides the recovery center around Malaysia. Strategy of planning for managing issue. Since the methadone program did not work out well because the addict's behavior show a very high dependence on methadone. Thus, National Anti-Drug Agency (NADA) creates a norm of the addict's retention rate through methadone treatment. If this is not established, it would make difficult for NADA in measuring the level of effectiveness of the methadone program and the actual achievement of aspect the recovery of addicts who go through this treatment in the future. Besides that, focusing on the physiological dimension, functioning and social functioning can be the focus in the treatment of addicts. Social functioning is involving interaction and relationship with the individuals and the environment should be given the main focus. It involves aspect interact well with others, do not fight or hurt others, try and become a patient person. Furthermore, government need to enforce the law to reduce drug addicts in rehabilitation centers.
The definition of organizing is the division and distribution of work among employees in an organization in order to efficiently accomplish its goal. Process is used to ensure that there are enough physical and human resources available to implement the plans and achieve the organization goals. Important and solution for the issue. In Malaysia, National Anti-Drugs Agency (NADA) and the Ministry of Home Affairs are busy leading the fight against drugs and substance addiction. This organization has objectives which include preventing drug usage, treating and rehabbing drug users, preventing relapse, and eliminating drug supply, trafficking and abuse. The founding vision and aim of this organization is drug-free Malaysia, and their mission is leading agency in combating drugs. Apart from that, the National Anti-Drugs Agency has a section called Management Service, division that is in charge of administrative issue, management of human resource, financing and procurement, infrastructure development, and administration of information resource. Strategy of organizing for managing issue. To combat drug addiction, the National Anti-Drugs Agency (NADA) has been launched many programs including drug-free educational institutions. The first program is BITA, which has been launched since 1998 until 2008. Teaching in a classroom of level 2 students use the physical education slots camp held during school holiday in December. Next program is BITA 2.0, has been launched since 2016. Organizing of camp for 50 students per camp. The camp is carried out every year. The contents are in the form of life skills. The camp held without disruption to class realization.
Definition of decision making. Decision making is the process through which manager and leader identify and resolve problem and capitalize on opportunity. A problem occurs when some aspect and organization performance is less than desirable. An opportunity is any situation that has the potential to provide additional beneficial outcome. Taking ways to resolve the issue. First, harm reduction. In 2003, the Malaysian government started a pilot substitution therapy program with successful result, released in 2004. Neglect a syringe exchange program were piloted at a 3 sites within Peninsular Malaysia. However, it was the Millennium Development Goals report published in May 2005 which truly triggered the integration of harm reduction in Malaysian response to drug and HIV or AIDS. Second, drug treatment. The Drug Dependence Treatment and Rehabilitation Act 1983 provides the opportunity to divide those arrested for drug-related crime to integrate a 2-year mandatory treatment program at a narcotic addiction rehabilitation center or be given a 2-year supervision order in the community. The third, prison. Drug-related crime under the Dangerous Drug Act 1952 are punishable by fine, imprisonment, corporal punishment, and the death penalty depending on the quantity, previous offences, and perceived intent to disrupt. Malaysian authorities have traditionally applied the law to prosecute drug use and trafficking through a responsive strategy based on the principle of deterrence. Decision-making undertaken by Ministry of Health in overcoming danger. Drug abuse continues to be a major problem in Malaysia, with over half of the Malaysian prison population of 30,000 having been addicted for various drug-related offences. Acknowledging of the importance of the drug abuse and relapse as a public health issue, the Malaysian government has implemented several programs aimed at the currently drug treatment programs. Starting from 2010, the National Anti-Drug Agency (NADA) understood the effort of transforming their existing rehabilitation program to a so-called open concept approach, rather than focusing solely on compulsory rehabilitative treatment for convicted drug offender. The open concept approach provides drug users with the opportunity to receive treatment voluntarily at a local community service center without facing legal judgment or prosecution. This new approach was aimed at allowing relapsed users to seek treatment while continuing with their life and career, while also encouraging drug users with the motivation to change, to seek treatment voluntarily with no legal prosecution.
The last step is controlling. First of all, controlling is referred to the process of management of performance against the standard, ensuring evaluation and taking corrective action to achieve predetermined goals. In this issue, we will look about how National Anti-Drug Agency managing or controlling for drug-free nation. Controlling is an important and necessary part of management process. National Anti-Drug Agency or Agency Anti-Data is always working presently in giving the best service from the aspect of treatment and recovery. NADA is also playing a role in government effort to realize the aim of a drug-free nation. Next, the importance and solution for the issue. NADA is the main character for Make Malaysia as a drug-free nation. It is because they make the best strategy for government make a movement to avoid the spread of drug addicts, especially for the center city such as Kuala Lumpur, Kuantan, Putrajaya, and others. Medication may be used to manage the withdrawal symptoms, prevent relapse, or treat any co-occurring mental health condition such as depression or anxiety. Last, on September 2022, National Anti-Drug Agency has organized a program called DECAD. Next, strategy of controlling for managing the issue. Since DECAD program is less effective than before, many employers become stressed and fed up because the employees take drugs to make their body increase more energy and be more productive than before. Authorities needs to take an action such as the government imposed several punishment, for example, giving the death penalty or hanging for drug dealers. Secondly, it is necessary to establish cooperation between public and government. For example, the community and the government need to spy and act quickly in reporting suspicious activities. Lastly, government needs the establishment of rehabilitation centers. The government also establishment rehabilitation homes. They aim to provide treatment for addicts of various age, race, and others.
To conclude this topic, in recent years, the government has implemented the program of harm reduction and drug policy in Malaysia. There have been some very encouraging developments in the policy environment. Coverage of effective harm reduction and HIV prevention has been increasing, the following with the progressive move from mandatory treatment and rehabilitation to voluntary and community-based cure and care, model for drug dependence. Next, Malaysian policymakers remain rightly concerned about the level of crime and antisocial behavior associated with drug markets and drug use, but there needs to be a revision of strategy and tactics to tackle this phenomenon. Phenomenon means focusing on treatment and rehabilitation for petty and non-violent offenders, treatment in prison for those drug-dependent people guilty of more serious crimes, and a new focus on the organized crime groups that control trafficking routes. Last but not least, international evidence has demonstrated that the use of widespread uses, along with ever-increasing punishment to determine drug use and dealing, are not an effective way to control the drug problem. Thank you.